Hello, beautiful soul. Welcome back to Life Enthusiast, a space where we slow down and feel what's actually true underneath the noise. And in today's episode, I host something that I believe can change your relationships, your heart, and your sense of self. It's about love, but not the kind found in movies. It's about real love, subtle love, quiet love, the kind of love that often goes unseen simply because we have never been taught how to recognize it. So this episode it's for the woman who is always asking, why do I feel uncertain? Why do I feel like I'm giving more? Why won't he just say how he feels? And it's also for the woman who's learning to receive love without needing it to look a certain way first. So let's begin. Here's the thing that we rarely pause to acknowledge. Every one of us walks through life carrying a kind of emotional map, a blueprint of what love should look like, feel like, or sound like. And that map was shaped early by what we saw, what we craved, and what we didn't get. Maybe love looked like attention, maybe it looked like words, maybe it looked like chaos, distance, or control. And now your system only recognizes love if it comes with confusion. We don't realize it, but our body becomes trained to associate love with a certain flavor. And when someone shows up in a different form, we don't know how to receive it. We say things like, if he really loved me, he would text more. If he really cared, he make it clear. And if I matter, I wouldn't have to wonder. But here's the truth. Love isn't a formula. It's not one size fits all. And people, especially men, don't always express love the way you expect. And that doesn't mean that it's not real. It means it's not your language. And to truly feel love, sometimes we have to be willing to adjust the way we listen, which brings me to the next piece. So let's talk about love through the lens of your partner for a moment. And when I say see love through the lens of your partner, I'm not talking about romanticizing lack. I'm talking about reality. Everyone loves through the lens of what they've known. And for some men, love was taught through action, providing, fixing, protecting. Love wasn't spoken, it was shown. And for others, love feels vulnerable, risky, tender. So they will show you they care, but they won't say it unless they are absolutely sure you will not leave. And for many, especially men raised in the culture of Stoicism, love becomes present, proximity, doing things without asking. It looks like remembering how you take your tea, fixing the light bulb without telling you, standing close without touching, saying drive safe instead of I love you. And we miss these things because we are waiting for what we used to, but what we used to isn't always what's true. And when we hold tightly to our own lens, we often fall into the trap which I want to explore next. The traps are projecting your style of love. Because here's what happens. When you only see love through your lens, you interpret silence as rejection. You read calmness as disinterest. You assume lack of expressions equals lack of care. And you start spinning stories in your head. He is pulling away. He doesn't appreciate me. I'm not important to him. And without meaning to, you disconnect from the love that is there because it doesn't feel like yours. This is where so many relationships go cold, not because love is absent, but because it's being mistranslated. He is offering a hand, you're waiting for a poem. He's staying close, you're waiting for pursuit. He is checking in through small practical things, you're longing for passion. And the truth is, no one is wrong, but the gap widens if no one bridges the language. So the question becomes, how do we bridge it? And I might have the answer for you. We begin by meeting love as it is, not how we wish it would be, not how we saw it in someone else's relationship, and not how it once looked in a different chapter of life. Starting by slowing down, by softening the lens through which you see love, and instead of asking, why doesn't he love me the way I want? Ask, how does he already show me love in his way? And you will start to see in the way he always walks on the outside of the street, in the way he listens when you speak, even if he doesn't say much back, in the way he remembers the small, quiet details, in the way he stays consistent even when he doesn't express emotion. This is emotional fluency, not romantic fantasy. It's maturity. It's the ability to feel safe enough within yourself that you no longer require love to perform for you. You become a woman who receives instead of constantly testing, questioning, or chasing reassurance. You start experiencing love with a much wider heart. But we don't stop there. Let's talk about how we honor both ways of loving, his and yours. Because yes, this is about receiving love in new ways, but it's also about not abandoning yourself. This is not about settling for breadcrumbs or silencing your desire. You are allowed to want affection, to need words, and to crave expression. But let it be a conversation, not a criticism. You can say, I feel closet when I hear how you feel. Or I love when you tell me what you noticed about me. Or I know you show love differently and I'm learning how to receive it. This is where intimacy lives. Not in a change for me, but in I want to know you better and I want to let you know me. Because when we come from love, not lack, we invite love to deepen on both sides and what brings us to where we end today. So love, can you soften enough today to look again, not with the eyes of your past, not with the filter of your expectations, but with curiosity? What if you have been more loved than you realized? What if it's been there all along and just waiting to be recognized? And what if the shift isn't to make him love louder, but to teach yourself how to listen more gently? This is how love expands, and this is how you start feeling stuff and start feeling nourished. Because love may not always arrive in your language, but it's still love. And if still yours, you're willing to receive it. Until next time, stay soft, stay sovereign, and always stay in love. Bye for now.